When people talk about college football royalty, one name always comes up: the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama isn't just another program, it's the gold standard for sustained success in the sport. Playing in the SEC, widely considered the toughest conference in college football, Alabama has built a reputation for elite recruiting, physical dominance, and championship expectations year after year. For fans who are new to college football, understanding Alabama is key to understanding how the sport measures greatness. Even in seasons that aren't perfect, Alabama consistently finds itself in the national spotlight, and in 2025, the Crimson Tide are once again chasing postseason glory in the college football playoff. The history of Alabama football is one of dominance, tradition, and unmatched consistency. The program was established in 1982 and has since become one of the most successful teams in the history of American sports. Alabama's rise truly accelerated under legendary coach Bear Bryant, who led the program from 1958 to 1982 and helped define what championship football looked like in the modern era. Under Bear Bryant, Alabama won 6 national championships and became synonymous with toughness, discipline, and winning on the biggest stage. His legacy still looms large in the program today, which is symbolized by statues outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium and the standard every Alabama team is held to. The foundation carried into the 21st century when Nick Saban transformed Alabama into a modern dynasty. From 2007 to 2023, Saban's Crimson Tide also won 6 national championships and appeared in countless SEC title games and sent an unprecedented number of players to the NFL. Alabama became known for elite defenses, dominant offensive lines, and a next man up mentality that made them almost impossible to knock off over the course of a season. During this era, Alabama became the face of college football and often judged not on whether they were good, but on whether they were historically great. After Saban's retirement, many questioned whether Alabama could maintain that level of success, but the program's history suggests otherwise. Alabama is built on infrastructure, resources, and expectations that few schools can match. By the time the 2025 season arrived, the Crimson Tide were no longer trying to replace the past. They were trying to prove that Alabama football is bigger than any one era, and the championship standard still applies. Under head coach and Nick Saban's successor, Kalen DeBoer, the 2025 season has been a defining year for Alabama, marking a period of growth, adjustment, and resilience. Alabama finished the regular season with a 10-2 record and a 7-1 record in SEC play, a record that reflects both their high ceiling and occasionally inconsistent play. Throughout the season, the Crimson Tide showed flashes of dominance, particularly against conference opponents, using depth and physicality to wear teams down. Several wins over ranked opponents helped strengthen their playoff resume and reminded the country that Alabama is still capable of elite football. However, the season wasn't without setbacks. Alabama suffered a close regular season loss to Oklahoma, a game that exposed some execution issues and ended up having major playoff implications. Then later in the SEC championship game, the Tide came up short against Georgia, missing out on another SEC title and what would have likely been a first-round bye for the Tide under the expanded playoff. Those losses sparked national debate. Was Alabama still an elite team or simply living off its reputation? Despite those questions, and despite a third loss, the selection committee ultimately rewarded Alabama's strength of schedule, quality wins, and consistency over the full season, placing the Crimson Tide in the 9th seed of the 12-team playoff. This placement means Alabama faces a tougher road, but it also fits the identity of the team, one that has always had to respond to adversity all season long. Instead of entering the playoffs as a favorite, Alabama enters with something to prove, which is often when the program is most dangerous. As expected, Alabama has once again been one of the most talked about teams in college football. Both on and off the field, one of the biggest media storylines surrounding the college football program has been the future of head coach Kalen DeBoer. With Alabama's return to the college football playoff, speculation quickly surfaced linking DeBoer to other high-profile coaching opportunities, reigniting the annual cycle of rumors that seems to follow any successful Alabama season. DeBoer addressed those rumors directly and publicly reaffirmed his commitment to the Crimson Tide, emphasizing that his focus remains on building long-term success at Alabama rather than entertaining outside distractions. His comments were backed by the athletic department, which helped stabilize the narrative heading into the postseason. On the field, media discussion has centered around whether this Alabama team measures up to the dynasty-era teams of the past. Analysts and fans alike have debated whether the Crimson Tide are still elite or simply very good by Alabama standards. Some have pointed to narrow losses and inconsistencies as evidence of decline, while others argue that this team is built to peak at the right time. That debate has only amplified attention heading into the playoff as Alabama enters the postseason with something to prove, not just to opponents, but to a national audience accustomed to seeing the Tide dominate. As a result, every snap, decision, and outcome in the playoff is being heavily scrutinized. For Alabama to defeat Oklahoma in the first round of the college football playoff, the formula is clear, but execution will be everything. First and foremost, Alabama must control the line of scrimmage, an area where the program has traditionally separated itself from opponents. Winning in the trenches allows Alabama to dictate tempo, limiting Oklahoma's offensive explosiveness and keep the Sooners from finding rhythm early. Establishing physical dominance up front also opens up opportunities later in the game as fatigue sets in. Another critical factor will be ball security and situational efficiency. In the earlier loss to Oklahoma, small mistakes, missed opportunities in the red zone, turnovers, and breakdowns on key downs proved costly for the Crimson Tide. In a playoff environment, those margins become even thinner. Alabama must capitalize on scoring chances and avoid giving Oklahoma short fields. Depth is another major advantage for the Crimson Tide. By rotating players on defense and maintaining intensity across all four quarters, Alabama can wear down Oklahoma late into the game and create momentum-shifting plays when it matters most. If Alabama plays disciplined football, limits mistakes, and leans into its physical identity, the Tide have a strong path to advancing to the next round. The 2025 Alabama Crimson Tide are a team shaped by history and tested by adversity. They may not look like the unstoppable Alabama teams of the past, but they remain one of the most dangerous in college football. With a playoff spot secured and a rematch against Oklahoma ahead, Alabama once again have the chance to remind everyone why its name carries so much weight. In college football, tradition matters, and no program understands that better than Alabama. If you enjoyed this video and enjoyed this type of content, drop a like and maybe follow the channel. I'm going to be doing this type of content for the foreseeable future. I'm going to be doing this and football picks. This is kind of what I want to do with this channel for the next little bit. So I hope everyone likes it and enjoys the rest of their day.